Imagine owning a luxury marina. You picture pristine water and gleaming multi-million-dollar yachts lined up at the docks, collecting thousands of dollars a month just to let a wealthy boater's prized possession float in your slips. Marina ownership is a high-stakes operation involving a highly leveraged, massive fixed-cost utility and hospitality hybrid. You have to build a specialized remote utility grid across acres of corrosive saltwater. You need high-voltage substations to feed yachts, massive underwater seawalls to block waves, and commercial-grade sewage pump-out systems. And before you can drive a single pile into the seabed, you face years of bureaucratic friction. You spend millions bleeding cash on environmental impact studies, fighting state agencies and local wildlife groups over seagrass preservation and manatee protection. Yet once you survive that multi-million-dollar gauntlet, that exact regulatory nightmare becomes your greatest asset. It acts as a massive barrier to entry, physically guaranteeing that a competitor cannot easily build a rival dock next to yours, leaving you with a protected local monopoly. So you survive the permitting, build the docks, and open the slips. You assume the real wealth starts when you charge a yacht owner $1,000 a month for a space. The math tells a different story. The slip fee barely covers the baseline overhead. Every dollar of top-line slip revenue is immediately consumed by your construction debt and the relentless cost of maintaining docks in a harsh marine environment. Comparing gross slip revenue against net profit reveals razor-thin margins. It's a low-margin lure. By stretching this into a flat 12-month revenue line, operators lock boaters into gym-style annual leases, securing predictable cash flow against heavy fixed debt. The core product only pays for survival. The actual profit engines rely entirely on extracting wealth after the boat is tied to the dock. Once a yacht is tethered, the owner enters a closed ecosystem. Because of your local geographic monopoly, they have no alternative options for basic necessities. Looking at this top-down blueprint of a profitable marina, you can see how operators borrow commercial airport logic. The physical architecture channels boaters through forced bottlenecks, walking them directly past premium retail touchpoints when they are relaxed and ready to spend. If we zoom in on the maintenance and repair bays of this map, we see a model identical to a modern car dealership. The front-end slip lease brings them in, but the real wealth is extracted here in the back, where detailing, parts, and labor command gross margins of 45 to 50%. The same aggressive math applies at the fuel dock. Selling everyday convenience items to a trapped demographic allows for massive markups on marine fuel, $30 bags of ice, and premium coffee, often generating up to 90% margins. The architectural layout enforces this dwell time spending. By leveraging geographic isolation, operators turn a quiet stretch of dock into a high-margin cash machine. Even with a captive audience, this business model faces a structural vulnerability. It is defined by unrelenting fixed costs colliding with highly unpredictable external variables. Your operating costs do not care if people show up. Massive commercial property taxes, 24/7 utility demands, heavy mortgage payments, and dockmaster salaries must be paid every single day, regardless of customer volume. If a bad hurricane season forces you to evacuate the docks, or a cool summer keeps boaters at home, your variable revenue drops to zero, while your overhead stays perfectly flat. A single major weather event can physically cripple the infrastructure, destroying docks and boats alike, halting the entire operation instantly. This constant threat of volatility is exactly why those 90% retail markups are necessary. Extracting extreme margins on ice, fuel, and labor is the only mechanism fast enough to build the cash reserves required to survive inevitable seasonal downturns and weather crises. Beyond the weather, the most dangerous risk hides directly beneath the water: the liability of managing marine fuel storage. Owners are legally and financially responsible for massive underground infrastructure, maintaining double-walled tanks, vapor recovery systems, and highly sensitive leak detection software. A single fuel spill or oil leak contaminating the local waterway triggers federal investigations and cleanup costs that run into the millions, often instantly wiping out an owner's equity. Ultimately, a luxury marina is an operationally intense utility fighting a constant war against weather and environmental liability. Success in this industry is built exclusively on monopolizing the shore.